Hello there, dear viewers. My name is Bartholomew, but my friends call me Barth. Well, actually, the people who call me that I wouldn't necessarily call my friends, but they call me that anyway. Probably because it's a long name. In a sense, I don't blame them. Anyway, welcome to my show. I call it Bartholomew's Guide to the Internet. Basically, it's a show where I, Bartholomew, guide you through the absolute mess of a system known only as the Internet. Chances are, if you came here, you probably don't know the first thing about the Internet. Hey, wait a second. If you don't know anything about the Internet, one, how did you find YouTube? Two, how did you find this video? And three, if you were able to navigate yourself to me without help, then what even is the point of this series? Just forget it. Thinking about these obvious plot holes is starting to make my head hurt. Back to topic. You came here for one purpose. You have no idea how to use the internet, so you sought out an expert on the World Wide Web who could tell you the difference between an address bar and a search bar. Well, dear viewer, I can assure you that you came to the right man. I am a self-made expert on all things dealing with the internet, ARPANET, and intranet. What is the ARPANET and intranet, you may ask? Well, I'm afraid I can't tell you. I've been studying the intricacies of these systems for years. Explaining it to you would probably overload your brain by minute 3. Sorry, I keep getting off track. So you got yourself a new computer, and you're as excited as can be. You feel you're ready to go on the internet and experience all that cyberspace has to offer.
Yay! Can I go on YouTube now?
Whoa, kid, hold on there a second.
What?
I know you're ecstatic to get on the web, but we have to know how to get connected first. In order to access the internet, we must acquire a means to link to it. This link to the internet is called Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? How do I get Wi-Fi?
Don't worry, kid, you don't have to do anything.
Really?
Yes, really! Most of that is done by your parent or guardian. Well, unless you're an adult and you get your own computer, Wi-Fi, and all that.
How do my mom and dad get the Wi-Fi?
Well, it's rather simple to explain. Even a small child like yourself would be able to understand it. You see, your parents, guardian, or guardians simply sells their souls or soul to what is called an ISP or Internet Service Provider. After that, they get a magic word and a place to put that magic word on any computer available. They input the magic words into the place in the Wi-Fi section of the computer they were given, and presto, they now have access to the internet.
Well, that's great. But what was that part where you said they...
Actually, now that I think about it, I should demonstrate how to input the magic words in case an adult is watching this. On Windows 10, the Wi-Fi place should be at the bottom right corner of the screen. If you have something like Mac or Linux or any other OS, what are you doing with your life? And 2, I only know Windows, so I couldn't tell you where it would be. The icon you're looking for should be something like this. Just click that icon and you should get a list like this. Okay, now click on the name of the Wi-Fi account the ISP gave you and type in the magic word like this. Press next and you're all set. You're now connected to the World Wide Web. That wasn't so hard, right, kid? Kid?
What happened to my mommy and daddy?
Well, I'm Bartholomew. I will see you next time on my Guide to the Internet. See ya!
What happened to my mommy?
Hello there, dear viewers. My name is Bartholomew, but my friends call me Barth. Well, actually, the people who call me that I wouldn't necessarily call my friends, but they call me that anyway. Probably because it's a long name. In a sense, I don't blame them. Anyway, welcome to my show. I call it Bartholomew's Guide to the Internet. Basically, it's a show where I, Bartholomew, guide you through the absolute mess of a system known only as the Internet. Chances are, if you came here, you probably don't know the first thing about the Hey, wait a second. If you don't know anything about the Internet, 1, how did you find YouTube? 2, how did you find this video? And 3, if you were able to navigate yourself to me without help, then what even is the point of this series? You know what? Just forget it. Thinking about these obvious plot holes is starting to make my head hurt. Back to topic. You came here for one purpose. You have no idea how to use the Internet, so you sought out an expert on the World Wide Web who can tell you the difference between an address bar and a search bar. Well, dear viewer, I can assure you that you came to the right man. I am a self-made expert on all things dealing with the Internet, ARPANET, and Intranet. What is the ARPANET and Intranet, you may ask? Well, I'm afraid that I can't tell you. I've been studying the intricacies of these systems for years, and explaining it to you would probably overload your brain by minute 3. Sorry, I keep getting off track. Let's start the lesson. So you got yourself a new computer, and you're as excited as can be. You feel you're ready to go on the Internet and experience all that cyberspace has to offer.
Yay! Can I go on YouTube now?
Whoa, kid. Hold on there a second.
What?
I know you're ecstatic to get on the web, but we have to know how to get connected first. In order to access the Internet, we must acquire a means to link to it. This link to the Internet is called Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? How do I get Wi-Fi?
Don't worry, kid. You don't have to do anything.
Really?
Yes, really! Most of that is done by your parent or guardian. Well, unless you're an adult and you get your own computer, Wi-Fi, and all that.
How do my mom and dad get the Wi-Fi?
Well, it's rather simple to explain. Even a small child like yourself would be able to understand it. You see, your parents, guardian, or guardians simply sells their souls or soul to what is called an ISP, or Internet Service Provider. After that, they get a magic word and a place to input that magic word on any computer available. They input the magic words into the place in the Wi-Fi section of the computer they were given, and presto, they now have access to the Internet.
Well, that's great. But what was that part where you said they...
Actually, now that I think about it, I should demonstrate how to input the magic words in case an adult is watching this. On Windows 10, the Wi-Fi place should be at the bottom right corner of the screen. If you have something like Mac or Linux or any other OS. 1, what are you doing with your life? Then 2, I only know Windows, so I couldn't tell you where it would be. The icon you're looking for should be something like this. Just click that icon and you should get a list like this. Okay. Now click on the name of the Wi-Fi account that the ISP gave you and type in the magic word like this. Press next and you're all set. You're now connected to the World Wide Web. That wasn't so hard, right, kid? Kid?
What happened to my mommy and daddy?
Well, I'm Bartholomew, and I will see you next time on my guided Internet. See ya. Oh boy.
What happened to my mommy?
Now, Mr. Mankiewicz, before we start the intervention, I'd like to ask you a question, so we're all on the same page. Do you understand why you're here in my office today?
Actually, no. No, I don't know why I'm here. In fact, I was just about to ask you the same question. Why am I here, Mr. Social Worker? Can you give me a reason as to why you had Deputy Denver shove some yellow paper in my face and order me to drive all the way from Hillway to North Armon in the middle of the day, wasting my precious time that I could instead spend in making my dreams become reality, instead of just...
Mr. Mankiewicz, I will not have such attitude in my office, and heaven forbid while you're talking to my clients. The reason you're here today is that I got a call from the Ederson family claiming that you mentally abused their son by saying that his parents sold their souls for internet access. Now, I ask you, Mr. Mankiewicz, is this true?
What? No! It was just a joke! A commentary of sorts. You know, actually...
Mr. Mankiewicz, a child's mind is a very delicate thing. Do you understand that the child you told this to was only at the age of 6?
What? I don't even know where the heck the kid came from. He just cheered, said if he could go on YouTube, and I gave him the answer he needed.
Mr. Mankiewicz, have you considered the possibility that instead of giving the answer he needed, you gave the answer you wanted to say?
I was just trying to be funny. I need some laughs in my life. Doesn't everyone?
Yes, but not when it involves traumatizing children.
Traumatize? Yeah, I admitted I did make him cry, but he couldn't have taken it that bad, could he?
I'm afraid, to answer that question, you're going to have to take it up with Mr. and Mrs. Ederson.
Wait, what?
Mr. Mankiewicz, this is Katie Ederson and John Ederson. Mr. and Mrs. Ederson, this is Bartholomew Mankiewicz. Is this the man you claim harmed your child?
Yes, Mr. Howard, this is the man we've been looking for.
All right, then. Mr. Mankiewicz, is there anything you'd like to say to Mr. and Mrs. Ederson?
I didn't hurt your son. All I did was make a joke and it backfired. I didn't hit the kid.
Mr. Mankiewicz, physical violence and mental violence are near one and the same when dealing with children.
Especially when you...
When I what? Made a joke the kid didn't get? Am I really at blame for that? Lots of jokes fly over kids' heads. It happens all the time. If you watched a kid's cartoon for more than 5 minutes...
Mr. Mankiewicz, enough! Let Mrs. Ederson speak.
Thank you, Mr. Howard.
Now, Mr. Mankiewicz, listen carefully to Mrs. Ederson. My purpose here is to create an understanding between the accuser and the accused. We are here to reach a peaceful solution to the problem at hand. I am now going to let Mr. and Mrs. Ederson speak freely to you, and I expect that they receive no interruption. Is that clear, Mr. Mankiewicz?
Fine.
Take it away, Mrs. Ederson.
Of course, Mr. Howard. Mr. Mankiewicz, I can plainly see you are a boy with particular taste and humor, but that humor shouldn't come at the expense of our son. For the past 3 days since he came back from talking to you, he hasn't paid us any attention. He just glares at us like he's staring at a wall.
When I drove him to school, he used to be as lively as could be. Now he just sits there blankly, not saying a word.
Mommy, Daddy, can I go home yet?
No,
Billy, not
now.
But I want to go home.
Billy, quiet. Your parents are talking.
Mr. Mankiewicz, we are more than certain that we've supplied enough proof that you have altered our boy's state of mind. The only thing we have to ask of you is this. What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm going home.
Bartholomew Mankiewicz, you get back here and apologize to Mr. and Mrs. Ederson immediately, or so help me, I'll...
Can we go home now?
The nerve of those people, dragging me down here just to get scolded for something I didn't do. They call this social service, more like social servitude. I have no time for this. I just wasted 3 hours of my life I could have spent making my guide. won't make that mistake again.
Oh, Barthy, you're home. How was the trip to social services?
Terrible, Mom. Just terrible.
Well, perhaps you'd like to.
I don't want to talk about it, Mom.
Well, I hope it's just said and done. Right, Barthy?
Yeah, Mom, it's done.
Oh, that's good. We're having chicken for dinner tonight, if that's okay with you.
Sure, Mom, whatever.
That boy. I love him, but he's a handful, if anything else.
Finally, I can get back to work. Hello there, dear viewers. My name's Bartholomew, and I welcome you once again to my guide to the internet. For those who didn't see the first episode, I highly suggest you go watch it. It's okay. I can wait. Alright then, if you came back from watching the first episode, or have already watched the first episode, you should be all caught up. If not, and you continue to watch this video, then there's nothing I can do for you. So last time we covered how to get connected to the internet using Wi-Fi, which was simple enough. Now that we can access the internet, we have to choose which way we interact with it. The main way people interact with the internet is by using a program known as a web browser. Web browsers allow a user to interact with the internet in many different ways. Whether it's watching a video on YouTube, posting something on social media, or researching a topic for a science project, web browsers are the means to perform just about anything on the internet. Now you might be wondering, how exactly do I get a web browser? And the answer to that question is rather simple. Depending on what you want, you don't have to. Every major operating system comes with a pre-installed web browser. For example, Linux uses Firefox and Mac uses Safari. I've never used them myself, so I don't know if they're actually good or not. Windows used to have a web browser called Internet Explorer, but everyone hated it because it was so slow, so pretty much everyone switched to Google Chrome. Actually, didn't Microsoft scrap Internet Explorer when Windows 10 came out? I think they made a new browser for it, but I can't remember what it was. Well, why don't we just search for it in the start menu, shall we? Let's see here. B R O W. Huh? What's this? Microsoft Edge. Microsoft recommended browser. Must be that browser. Oh, wait. I think I remember why I forgot this. There are only two things this browser is good for. Getting current events for high school, and downloading Google Chrome. No, I haven't told you what Google Chrome is yet. Google Chrome is a web browser made by Google. It's the fastest and most efficient browser in use today, for a myriad of reasons. In fact, why don't I just tell you how to install Chrome right now? Okay, first a disclaimer. I only know how to do this on Windows 10, so if you're using Mac or Linux, you're on your own. If you have a Chromebook, it's already on there. Heck, I don't even think you can change your browser on there. First, go into the browser pre-installed in your operating system, in this case Edge. Then in the address bar, right at the top of the screen here, type Google Chrome and press enter. This result should be the first thing you see. Click the title, then when you get to this page, click Download Chrome. Now, depending on your view of internet privacy, you have the option to send info to Google for stuff like crash reports, among other things. You don't have to say yes, so if you don't want to, just click the check, then the option will be deselected. If you're okay with it, just leave it be. If you're really concerned about user agreements, I will give you the option of reading the whole thing if you want to. If not, I'll just give you the fast version. Basically, don't sell, hack, or pirate anything. It also says that it won't give your information to companies outside of Google, unless they deem it necessary for a variety of reasons, for which they put a link to those reasons in the privacy section. Okay, after agreeing with all that, click Accept and Install. Then you will get this pop-up. Click Run. When this comes up, select Yes. Just wait for it to download and install everything. After it gets done loading, Google Chrome should launch automatically. After you install it, the shortcut to Google Chrome should be on your desktop, which allows you to access it by double-clicking the icon. Although, there is a much better way to get to Chrome. Type in Google in the Start menu search bar, then you should get this as a result. Right-click that. Then you can choose to either make a shortcut in the Start menu or the taskbar. I recommend the taskbar, since you don't have to open the Start menu to get to the icon. Click Pin the taskbar. Now the Chrome icon should be on the taskbar, allowing you to click it and get to Chrome almost instantly. No, and I recommend to recycle that shortcut on the desktop. It just takes up space. Well, here we are at the homepage. Here you can search for anything you want using Google. But we're not going to do that right now. So how about I show you some unique features Google Chrome offers? Now the most useful thing about Google Chrome is that at any time you can make a bookmark on a site you want to visit again. All you have to do is click this star up here, tell it what you want to name it, click Done, and presto! At the click of a mouse you can get to any site you bookmarked near instantly. As an example, let me get my account running. Alright, I'm back. This is an example of what bookmarks can really be used for. If there is a site you go to often, it's best to bookmark it so you don't have to constantly search for it every time you want to go there. Oh, and speaking of accounts, Google Chrome offers free accounts so you can gain access to stuff like Gmail, Google Docs, and much more. You also have access to the Google Web Store. But honestly, nobody goes there. It's made of 99.9% junk apps, so no one uses it. One last thing. A Google account also enhances the YouTube experience. As an account holder, you're now able to create a channel and start producing content on the site. Just like me. Well, dear viewers, it looks like I've covered everything. Next time, we'll look at the main purpose of web browsers, search engines. I'll see you guys next time on my guide to the It's Google. Hello? What? What do you mean I'm not getting paid? Why advertise a service that everyone uses? I just kissed your company's butt and I demand payment! Well, I might as well come clean. A lot of what I said in this video is not exclusive to Chrome. Stuff like bookmarking is done by pretty much every other browser out there. You can get Microsoft Office to do a lot more than Google's Office stuff can. I just thought if I advertised Chrome to people, Google would pay me. Turns out, since everyone uses it now, there's no need in advertising it. Thus, I am out of a paycheck. So that sucks. I'm Bartholomew. And I will see all of you, my dear viewers, on the next episode of My Guide to the Internet. See ya! Stupid sponsorships. I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, never had something like that happen to me before. Bye, Barth.
Well, Barth, I wouldn't know much about that, but if the police were involved, I'd say you did something really bad. My advice in this situation would be to lay low. Wouldn't want to end up dealing with him a third time. He can jail you if he wants to, you know. Bye, Barth.
Their messages could come from anywhere. Reddit, Facebook, DeviantArt, even something as innocent as a wiki about Barty the dinosaur would give them sufficient cover. Mr. Bartholomew, my benefactors ordered me to look out for any suspicious activity on the web. I'm just doing my job.
Barthy, are you okay up there? I heard you scream. Is everything all right? Oh, that's good. I'm going to bed. Have a good night, Barthy.
Ooh, Crunchyroll. Must be an anime fan. Oh my. It looks like I found myself a new little friend.